Why hello everybody. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, I told you guys in the last video that there's going to be a video coming soon, which there is, luckily. So the date is today, Sunday, October 12th. I'm currently recording this at 11:12 at night. I went to Bunker. I went to Edison locals. My record was 2-1, 1-2. I played up against Quickdraw Dandy, Plants, and what was the other deck? It was that dragon deck where it's like basically 60 card dragon. So, but basically, my whole goal for this, like going into locals, was grabbing my phone and my tripod, which is where my camera is currently standing on, and record it and then make a video. But luckily, I was the feature match for round 1. So we're just gonna go over it. I have the stream pulled up. So, and if you guys want to go down below, not go down below. If you guys want to go on Twitch and look up Bunker Gaming, that is the locals that I go to. They do feature matches and stuff like that. They are really good community, but I just want to go straight into this. So, and obviously we're gonna go over the misplays and stuff like that I've done. So yeah, but let's just go straight into it. So obviously it's round 1 Swiss, Quickdraw Dandy, and then heroes or zombie heroes. So which I've actually never gotten a feature match before, which I think is very cool. So but basically the stream doesn't pick up like the first move of the game, but basically you'll find out as we go. So, but he plays this card here, which if you guys don't know what it does, you mill 3 and then you get to add a light swarm, or it's a 4 lower light swarm. So he mills Pot of Avarice, and I don't know what the other 2 cards are, but he gets Raikou in his hand. So,
but if you like,
but yeah, and then in his hand, obviously is the Raikou. You have 2 dandies. I think he has a quick draw. I keep forgetting. I think this is Scrap Iron Scarecrow. But I don't know what this card is, or I can't remember off the top. Oh, it's Tragodia.
I'll pass.
So he passes his turn to me.
Draw.
I draw.
Effect of Prodigy to special.
So, normally, so basically, if you guys don't know what my Edison deck does, it's a mixture of Diva Zombie and Diva Hero. I actually don't have Deep Sea Divas. I just ordered them like 2 days ago, so they're supposed to come within the next 9 to 10 days. So but normally if I had a what is it called, a synchro, I could normal and then go into Armory Arm, but I don't have Armory Arm just because it's like a little bit too expensive for me. Like $11 for a rare, it's not really worth it in my opinion. But yeah, let's just keep going into it. So I special Prodigy,
Normal Gilman.
So normally Gilman just on its own, it's not really the best unless it's like that's your only option, because Gilman's effect is it gains 400 for every like aqua and like sea serpent monster that you control, and it that includes itself. So that's why I say it's at 17. And this right here, in my opinion, is a very strong play. I don't exactly remember what my hand is, but I basically never see Prodigy in a water with Miracle Fusion in my hand ever. Normally it would take a turn to set up, because some ways to go into Absolute Zero would be like having like Malicious or any generic hero with like Brionic, because you would synchro Brionic into a level 8 with a level 2 tuner, and then you can Miracle Fusion that way. But this is very rare in my opinion, or very, very rare for me to see these 3 cards in my opening hand. So, yep, banish them.
Absolute, sir.
Yep.
Get Absolute. I play 2 copies in my deck, just so way I can summon it twice.
Attempt to move towards battle.
Yep.
Swing for 25.
Yep.
And I believe my opening hand was Miracle, Prodigy, Gilman, Torrential Tribute, and I think like Draining Shield or something. Or sorry, no Draining Shield's in my side deck, but I do make a dumb play here, coming up, so. And obviously I'm not the best player in the world, so, or I don't have as much knowledge as everybody else that I go up against, so I have to read cards. So
Pass turn.
So yeah, I just pass here. Just kind of hoping that he doesn't swing over, and if he does, I mean, that's perfectly fine. So, but
attempt to enter battle.
Yep.
Attempt to swing with dragons.
Yep. So that's
6, 36, 11.
11. That's fine. Absolute effect.
Yep.
Yep. So I think obviously Absolute's effect is pretty good as long as your opponent has like a pretty big board. But if it's like it's like a heavy storm, you know, if you heavy storm on one and it's not a really good card, then it's like a waste of a heavy storm. But I think here it's perfectly fine. I mean, it has to be perfectly fine because it's a mandatory effect. But I think Tragodia is a really, really good hit off of this. But then he goes into his, I believe he goes into main 2. Yeah, he goes in main 2.
I will set 1, set 2.
So he sets the Raikou and the Scrap Iron Scarecrow. I think here I start to mess up a little bit.
Draw, stand by, main.
Yep.
So he draws Debris Dragon. So
Flip.
he flips Raikou, targeting
We'll target this one.
the back row, which is or the middle column. So and I'm just reading effects here, just making sure I don't miss anything. So here, it's here. I mean, I had Sangan on field, so and if you guys don't know what Sangan or the old version of Sangan is that like if it gets sent from field to the grave, you mandatory add, I mean here it's a win-lose situation. The win of it is that I get to add a card, but the losing of it is that like I don't really hit anything, which does suck, which I feel like this is why I should have waited for me to activate Torrential Tribute. So, and the cards that he hits with Raikou is Brain Control, Sangan, and then Lightning Destruction or something like that. So that card's actually, all those cards are actually really good. So, which I feel like here I should have waited till he gets out. But here I add Armageddon Knight just to add a follow-up. Just because I think my hand wasn't good. I don't even think my hand was like that good to play through. So he summons the debris targeting Raikou. And then I chain Book of Moon to flip down, which here, I mean, you'll see it coming up, but
How much defense does debris have?
So, because please, anybody that actually like knows like timing and stuff like that, or like effects and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments if Debris Dragon or Debris Dragon effect even activates, even though I Book of Mooned it. So, and that's why like coming up here.
Still go through after book?
Yeah. That's why we kind of question, like, does it still go through or not? I even checked Book of Moon to see if it said negated. It did not. So, because I did have this similar situation, and I feel like it did go through last time. And, I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to cheat. So, it's kind of like, okay, do I look it up? Whatever. And then we just,
So far away from everybody else. Yeah.
we just have the judge or the person that's watching the stream.
Hey, what's this?
Uh,
I think it's still. Does.
just check and see if it does go through or not, because obviously I want to be fair. So, which coming up here we do let it go through, because
Players summons Debris Dragon and gets. Wait, that's Lung Firefly. So.
we do allow the effect to go through,
No, it's covered.
which I don't think it really would have mattered.
Face down.
Yeah, so on summon, I have the priority to activate the effect to target this to special summon.
Actually, wait, yeah, that would
But
work. I think it would work because of priority. So, sorry.
So,
Okay, no,
but
that's
we
fine
do
then.
let it go through, and I don't think even if we didn't allow it to go through,
Continue.
I don't think it would really change the outcome of this game.
I've not summoned.
I personally think.
I think my main phase, we're gonna normal Armageddon Knight and activate effects.
So,
Yep.
I do run a small, what is it, dark package, of Armageddon Knight, Caius's, the Sangan, Mystic Tomato, and then, Malicious, which is what I send off of here. So, because normally, like, if I see Armageddon Knight and I have, let's say, like, Plague Spreader or a Tuner in my grave, I can activate Malicious' effect, banish itself to special itself from the deck, and then I can, like, let's say it's Plague Spreader, for instance, right? I can activate Plague Spreader's effect, top decking, right? And I can synchro instantly to an 8, or I can synchro for a 6 and pray, really? Or, like, if I have, like, a, like, let's say I go into Brionic, right? I can bounce back cards. I can, what is it? I can, go into another Absolute Zero if I have another Miracle Fusion. But,
And then we're gonna go battle
Yeah.
phase.
so,
See if I'm sticking.
because here, in my hand, I had, so the reason why I wanted to swing, or I wanted to crash, is because I had Dark Arm Dragon in my hand, and to summon it, you need 3 Darks in your grave, which I have Sangan, I have Malicious, and I have Armageddon Knight. So I was thinking main phase 2, summon it, and then activate its effect to destroy 3. So, but I
Right. Yep. I forgot.
didn't
So
realize
then
that
take that before
if
I
the defense is higher,
Yep.
it flips, but then it the monster still stays on the field. So that's why I was like, oh,
that
send
did
it,
not
and
work
then
as best as I thought it would.
so yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, yep, just crash, and hopefully it goes through. But yeah, and I mean, I was pretty disappointed with myself here, because I'm like, shit. So, which Debris Dragon plus him equals a 6, which I actually think this is a misplay here on him.
I'll bring out Drill Warrior.
Because I believe Drill Warrior's effect is it needs Synchron Drill or something like that. Let me quickly look it up. Nope. Let's go Drill Warrior. So Drill Warrior, let's just click on this. It needs Drill Synchron. So he did do an illegal move. I should have caught it, which I actually do look at it.
Need a token.
I do look at it, and I'm like, because I know what Drill Warrior does, but I'm like, I need a refreshment on it. So, but later in the duel, I think I even do it during game 2 as well. Is that I look at it and I'm like, huh.
Discard 1 card.
Dandy.
Remove this from play.
So,
2 tokens.
and then Dandy's effect will
Dandy effect.
activate.
And then normal Debris Dragon targeting Dandelion.
Yep.
Especially in Dandy, and you can go into 8s, 7s, and I think I even say, oh, you're probably gonna go into a 7, just because, I mean, well, he even can't really, just because, but he goes into an 8.
Sink for 8.
So
Stardust.
for Stardust, and Stardust is actually a really, really good card for this format.
Ooh, I like that one.
So, and I mean, Stardust was a big push. It was one of the main reasons why I lost this game,
So 14
or
minutes on
both games actually. So, which does suck. And I mean, it's a learning point. So,
2, I will set one off past you.
I will drop.
so he sets D Prism. So. And I'm just trying to think, like, okay, what can I do really?
Maybe later.
Which I think this lasts about like
Probably.
20, 30 minutes.
Effective.
So, and I activate Dark Arm's effect. But then I get Bottomless, which does suck because I was thinking, okay, if I normal this, or if I summon its effect, or if I summon, right, I can swing over this. That was my immediate thought, but then I forgot what Stardust Dragon actually does until I actually do something. So, which does suck. And even then, I can, which I actually think his Dark Arm's effect would you could still activate whatever it's called, Stardust effect. So he has Scrap Iron in hand, I think a Dandy, and then the Mirror Force.
Then add 1 monster card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay.
So he has Drill Warrior. So yeah, I'm thinking here. I even look at it, like you can see me look, right? I pick it up, I read it. It says Drill Synchron. He didn't have a Drill Synchron. But then I'm like, okay, maybe he used maybe he used Quickdraw Synchron. So, and I was even gonna look, right? But then that just totally went out of my mind. So we activate Goblin Zombie's effect to add, and I was gonna add Pyramid Turtle, but then I'm like, wait, hold on, just add Plick Spreader because I believe I can use
And then swing for 25.
Yep, I'll take 25.
because I can turbo out into an 8 next turn on my follow up. So drawing,
Yeah, this could work.
right? So
Activate
we both did misplays. So activate Malony to special itself, which I feel like that is an easy way for myself to turbo out into an 8, because the 8s that I run in my deck are, I mean, you'll even see it here, but I run Red Dragon Archfiend, 2 Stardust, just because I think I run 2 Starlight Roads, so the ability to get the second
So
out
normal
is actually pretty good.
Quick Spreader, Synchro for 8. Ruler.
So, yep, Thought Ruler. This is kind of like a turbo, which I actually make a dumb decision here. They're both at 25, okay? And here, you know what, let me even pull out Stardust for myself, just so that way I can understand it. When the card or effect is activated,
Attempt to move towards battle.
Okay.
yeah. So either way, I would be outed here because if I attack into him, Stardust, he can activate Stardust and negate and destroy. So, and I was just making sure you didn't have anything on like a destruction effect or anything like that, or like a grave effect. So, I mean, I think either way, it was a lose, like a lose situation.
Swing starts.
But
Okay. I will go Scrap Iron Scarecrow.
so he scarecrows, negates,
Okay. And
but then he
I'll swing
chains Stardust to DPE effect destroy. So yeah.
Dang, that did not work as best as I thought it would.
So yeah, I feel like if I swung on the tokens, he really wouldn't have done that. But if I would have swung for obviously the bigger monsters, it's
Stardust in the end phase.
an easy,
Stardust is fine.
Draw. Yep. 10 times to battle.
you know.
24, 25.
I will take 24 and I'll drop Gores.
Okay.
So, but anyways, I get Gores. This is actually like one of the couple of times I actually use Gores correctly because I always think it's monsters, but no, you have to have your board cleared.
So that's
So-
what, 24 and
Uh,
2
uh,
for the token?
24 and 24.
Yep.
It takes, yeah, attack and defense.
Still game 1.
Yep.
Yes.
So, and I knew kind of putting Gores in attack would kind of slow him down a little bit, but obviously this is the D Prism, so which I mean D Prism is actually a really really good card. You basically see it in every deck, so which does kind of suck because like obviously I'm kind of I wouldn't say balling on a budget, but I'm like once I get money I'm like okay how do I complete this deck, which I
Hard, but
think I completed it, which I mean you'll
Normal
see
Stratos,
in
Stratos, search.
like a week or two or whatever whenever I do a deck profile. So but I normal Stratos activate its effect to search
Where'd it go? Alias.
to get alias. Just kind of wanted a follow up just in case if you know Stratos dies. So I switched the token into attack. And I'm just trying to think like, okay, what would I do?
Yeah, okay. Battle phase.
So I swing the token into another token. I swing Stratos into the token. And then I swing Gores into the token, but he D-prisms, so it's
banishes
banished.
the attacking target.
That 8. 5.
So, and then here is where I made the biggest mistake ever.
Return. That game. Yeah.
So,
He did. Come on.
but
Damn it.
lesson learned. So,
Open up with 2 dandelions in my hand.
I had bottomless because I thought you were gonna. I was thinking like, okay, if he goes into, if I go into whatever it's called, I can bottomless the following turn. So I'm like, okay, that's gone.
but yeah, I just had bottomless set the whole time, and I don't think I could have bottomless his warrior, his drill warrior, which does suck. But I mean, it happens. It happens. So siding in, going first. Sorry, going second. I think I go first, but it just doesn't really end up for me. I think DD Crow, Nobleman of Crossout, which that's actually a really, really good card in this format because you'll see a lot of Quickdraw Dandies or even like people that'll play the one of Raikos and stuff like a Light Swarm deck that doesn't really shut them down, but that puts them on the back pedal for a little bit. So I think I side out Book of Life, one Goblin Zombie, a Mystic Tomato. Let's see. Goblin Zombie, Mystic Tomato, I think Book of Life as well, so and I'm just trying to think like okay what could I really do? And I think I side in cross out I think 2 DD Crows or a DD Crow. And I think bottomless Trapple. No, I do Draining Shield. I know for a fact I do Draining Shield. So Draining Shield, cross out, and the 2 others I don't really remember. Because I think I kind of show my what I sided out. So, but I think I take.
Loving a 151 mat.
My aunt got it for me, and I'm just like, okay, I'll use my current one until it dies out. So.
The Poke Boomer and me is pretty happy about that.
I will go first.
Yep.
So get my 5. My hand wasn't really that great.
Okay. Draw for turn.
Yep.
So he has Dandy, a Debris, and I think a Raiko as well in his hand. So, which here I don't really know why I did this really.
Normal alias.
I don't know why I normaled him in attack. I
Oh,
should have
shoot,
just
I
set
can
him
mess
so
up this
I
one.
wouldn't so that way you wouldn't really know.
Set and
Maybe
pass.
put him on the back burn. And then I
Stand
think
by.
I think I set Torrential Tribute. Or like a bottomless or something. Or no, I set MST.
Yep.
So But he normals Card Trooper, mills 3.
19.
So I see the Foolish and the Pot of Avarice, so I know that he can't really shuffle back. But no, his opening hand is the Light Swarm card, Bree, Ryko.
Ooh.
And he actually his hits
So I don't play
were
gotcha
pretty
decks
good
like
in my
this.
for me, because he hits Solemn, Gores, and then Heavy Storm. So
That
if I
is
set 5,
very unlucky. A lot of your power cards are gone, so it's like
he can't really destroy it unless it's like an MST or Giant Trunade. So
Attempt to enter battle
or
phase.
a
Yep. Attempt to
not
crash.
Trap Dust Shoot.
Card Trooper effect. Draw 1.
Yep.
I
So,
hate this game.
but yeah, no, a misplay for me would be
Main
here,
2,
set
one,
Alien
two,
or set
Draw for
put him face
turn.
down in defense, and that way he doesn't really know.
ST middle column.
So MST a bottomless, which is actually pretty good in my opinion, because I kind of not pop off, but I do a little fanciness here.
It's already engraved.
So, but
And Mizuki.
yep.
Attempt to enter battle. Swing for 17.
Yep,
Correctly?
I'll take it.
Alright, that's
Oh, so it's next turn. Sorry. Next turn I
pass.
kind of do a little something. So he has double Dandy, a Debris, and I think he just grabbed the Mirror Force. No, that's a Trunchbull Tribute. Sorry. So yeah,
Set 1.
he sets the Dandy,
Draw for
and
turn.
I'm just trying to think what can I do? What can I do? So here, I
Nobleman target.
do Nobleman, get the Dandy, which is actually very very good, because that gets him no tokens on his turn.
Normal Plague Spreader.
And I'm thinking, should I synchro for 6? That's what I'm thinking about. So,
Battle
but I
Phase,
think here
17.
was fine just because,
And then 4.
so I can get damage in.
Main phase 2.
Because I deal 21, so, and then I synchro for 6. I believe in the Brionic. I believe so.
Brionic.
Yep, Bryo.
Effect.
And I Bryo
Pitching
effect, bounce. Sending
Pyramid
Pyramid
Turtle,
Turtle, which
Prospect
was,
Um,
I think it was my only option. So then I
Mizuki effect, banish to special.
a Mizuki effect to special,
Synchro for 8.
synchroing for 8,
Going Stardust.
to get Stardust, and that way I have a Stardust on my turn. But I actually do a huge misplay, which could have actually helped me. I banished my Mizuki on accident. So if you guys don't know what, or sorry, not my Mizuki, my Plague Spreader. So if you guys don't know what Plague Spreader does, Plague Spreader, if it's in the grave, you can top deck a card. When I mean top deck, I mean you place one card from your hand, place it on the top of the deck, and to special it. But if it leaves the field, it's banished. I didn't use Plague Spreader's effect. I only used Mizuki's, which is banish itself to special. So I use Plague and Bryo to get Stardust. This is still in my grave. So that's a ginormous misplay right there. And then I miss MST to get Alias and Bryo to get my my Abza. So in here, I make the biggest misplay of my entire life. I even look. It didn't click for me. It didn't click for me at all. So, which I mean, it's smart on Sven, not telling me, hey, you didn't use Plague Spreader's effect. That's really smart on him, because if I misplay, I misplay. So, and I've played with people that don't take, or that do take backs, and people that don't do take backs. And I didn't know if Sven was, and plus I'm on cam, so I'm nervous. I'm also just, trying to play by the book. So, but I think that is one of, if not the biggest misplays I've ever, done.
She did something. Holy crap.
Discard Danny to special some Quickdraw.
So,
Dandy effects, special, so that's going to be a 7.
So yeah, I say it's a 7 here. And I think with Quickdraw, you can... I think Quickdraw's effect,
Effect
it
target Dandy.
replaces a Synchron. So he'll go into... not Junk Warrior. Some other Synchron.
We'll sync for 6.
Okay.
For Turbo Warrior.
Yep, Turbo Warrior.
Heavy Turbo Warrior?
Yep.
Now I was just making sure. Just that way he doesn't really misplay. So, because I did catch it. I didn't really catch it, but I just like wanted
Sync
to
for
like double check.
8.
And then he goes into an 8 with the token and Dandelion.
Dandy effect.
Yeah.
It's a special. 2 tokens. And he has the
Battle
Stardust
phase.
of his own.
Swing the Turbo Warrior into Stardust.
Stardust.
Half the attacks bonus and a damage step. So hit it.
So
you take 12.
I don't use Stardust's effect here. I don't know why.
Swing with Stardust into F0.
Yep. Effect.
Yep, and then chain.
Yep.
So, and then I realized
I don't know why I didn't do that there. Damn.
I realized that I didn't use Stardust's effect. So
Such a bad move from me.
I do a
Set
buttload of
one
misplays
and
here,
half
which
one
does
and
suck.
face Stardust.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks. I don't know why I didn't do that.
So I draw. And I think it's game here.
Prodigy effect special.
So. And I mean, even Armory Arm would actually be pretty good here. It's a level 4,
Dang, I didn't realize.
which, let's just look up Armory Arm again. So let's do Armored Shark, Armory Arm. That's Rhoda, reinforcement of the army. By the way, I suck at spelling, so it's like Armored Shark, Armory Arm, nothing. Hold on, let me look up how to spell it. So, but no, I do a buttload of misplays this game, which sucks. So,
You can switch to defense if you want.
because
It
I
happens.
if I had Plague Spreader plus him, I could go into Armory Arm, which does suck. So, but I just make a lot of misplays. So it's because I'm stressful. So like, I'm not stressful, but I'm stressed. You know, I'm trying to make sure like I go by the book.
MST on the background.
So, and I was waiting for Draining Shield, just so that way, like, if he swings here, I gain 25 and I can maybe last a turn. So,
Battle.
but
Swing with Turbo Warrior.
Yep.
Swing with Stardust for 25.
Yep. Take 20.
so when I think here, I just realized that I lose.
Main 2. Set 1 monster and pass 2.
Like I even look again. I even look again.
5 on field, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's game.
So,
Damn.
GG's.
Yep. Did you?
and I mean it's just a bunch of misplays. My deck isn't really that consistent, so. Which is a big, I mean, honestly, it's my fault. So, which Armory Arm takes 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monster. So if I had Armory Arm, I could go in for that, and then once per turn. So yeah, I mean, it's just a buttload of misplays. You know, we both made misplays, but me specifically, I made a really big misplay. So I just wasn't thinking. You know, next time I'm just gonna make sure I actually read cards and actually, you know what they do. And I mean, the Plague Spreader, that's a big deal for me because that's my only like tuner monster. That's my only way to get into my 12 synchro monsters. That's my only way. So, which sucks. So, but I mean, that's just how it is, you know. And my one take is, and especially for people that are like just getting into the game, one, don't be afraid to ask questions, even though there are some people that are like, oh, it's annoying. I want to get this done and over with. Also, just read your cards, and even if you don't even if you don't really understand it, please ask questions. That's why I politely ask them, like, hey, can I please read this? Can I please read this? Like, I kind of forgot what Stardust did, but I had a Stardust in my extra deck, so I just quickly look at my extra deck instead of grabbing it, you know. Because I know some people are picky about that, but you know, today was a very, very, very disappointing day. You know, and I hope I get a feature match again. You know, because that was actually pretty fun. And I definitely need to do some changing. So, yeah, that's kind of my one take on this is read your cards. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One thing, we're at, if you guys see on the count right now, we're at 40 subscribers. We're 5 subscribers away from our goal. So if we can hit that by Christmas or even New Year's, that would be very, very appreciated. I've been trying to hit 45 for a while. So, but yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.